Take gloves off.
Don't be scared, just go out and do it. If people don't like it, then that's up to them. But as long as you enjoy it and you like what you do, that's all that matters. Hello, I'm Robbie Hampstead and I am an actor, photographer and occasional director for Trash Arts Portsmouth. I enjoy acting more than photography, but when it comes to directing, I've directed 2 episodes of Right Here, Right Now. Directed a short called Viewer Discretion Advised, and I've also directed a short for Trash Arts Killers Volume 2. Memorable acting roles, I would say Mr. Smeagol the Clown, the psychotic lunatic. My sort of like, I think it was my first role, I can't remember if it was my first role or second role. It was playing a victim in Toxic Schlock, where I got strangled and came back as a zombie. With the photography, I don't really have memorable moments because all my stuff is memorable. So I just look back at them and say, oh yes, that was a good time, that was a good time. But yeah, it's all memorable to me. At the moment, I'm sort of basically working on 2 projects that are coming up very soon. One is the Ordeal, and the other one, which I'm looking forward to, is The Unwanted, where basically it's a kind of a most haunted documentary film, but I play the historian about who knows all the knowledge about the places in Southsea and what was there before the Wedgwood rooms where it's basically filmed. With The Unwanted, that is directed by a good friend of mine called Ryan Carter, which I believe is his very first feature that he has directed. And also with The Ordeal is directed by Sam Mason-Bell, who's also a close friend of mine. For inspiration, because I like comedy and usually I tend to go for the comedy route, have to be like Frankie Howard.
Oh, a little too gassy and fizzy for Frankie. Oh,
Kenneth Williams.
oh, matron, take them away. Oh.
The occasional sort of slip in of Julian Clary.
I've just been fisting Norman Lamont.
You know, as for horror wise, it would have to be not too dramatic, but sort of like what's his name? Horror wise, I've only got like a couple of inspirations, and that would be Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Their style of horror is basically what I enjoy the most. You know, back then they actually did facials and, you know, and you know what I meant. Yeah, their style of acting, the way they perform, and their sort of like their facial techniques of how they reacted to something. Back then, it's like you showed the sort of like the terror in the face, and that's what I enjoyed watching, and that's what I sort of like try to be like. I think the most craziest thing I've ever done was for Deep Web, where I was basically tied to a chair, surrounded by women in sort of like really short skirts and bikinis and stuff, basically rubbing food all over my body, force feeding me food to the point where I literally reached for a reel on the camera because they were shoving too much in my mouth. I remember it because obviously it's food, and it's one of those things that being sort of like sexually fed by women isn't really me, you know, so